Hello. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ego. For those of you who are new, welcome. It's good to see you here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to sew down a closure. So if you want to see how I got this closure sewn down, keep on watching. Okay, you're just going to start out with your cap on your canvas wig head, and you're just going to grab your closure and we're going to pin it down with T-pins. Now, it's important to not sew on the elastic or your wig won't stretch. Like you see that line, the part after the line is where the elastic starts. So we're going to line up the closure literally with where that line starts, and we're going to pin it there. So we're going to sew from the line back. And as your closure gets wider, as you get to a frontal, it won't lay flat on the front, as you can see, so don't worry about that laying flat on the front. If you have a 4x4 closure, it will, but anything like a 5x5, 6x6, etc., it will not lay flat in the front. And that's okay. So we're gonna make sure we're pinning it straight. So I did the front, we're gonna pin the back, make sure it's pinned straight. I'm gonna change the angle just to show you how the back should look, but we're just gonna pin that so it is straight, and when we sew it, it's flat. As you can see, I'm about to pin the back, but it's flat, it's straight across, and it's laying flat on the wig cap. Okay, I just want to show you the whole thing pinned real quickly. As you can see, the front is not laying flat like I told you, and it will not lay flat. Don't try to get it to lay flat. And then the back, nice flat, straight across, and now we're going to get ready to start sewing. Okay, grab your needle, thread it with your thread, and we're going to start sewing it. So I start on the sides, and I start like right where the T-pin is. I go top down, so you're just gonna put it through the top of the closure and then put it a little bit through the cap, and then you're gonna keep repeating that until you get to the end. Make sure you pull it all the way through. And so you don't have to sew it so tight, but maybe sew about an inch or so apart, about an inch or so apart from each stitch. You don't want it to be too tight, but you don't want it to be too loose, and you're just going to keep repeating that. And I usually knot it after I do the first stitch just to make sure the thread does not loosen up as I wear it, but you're just going to keep doing that, and make sure when you're sewing it you don't go into the cap. If you go into the cap, you're obviously going to sew it into the canvas blockhead. So by that I mean, like, don't sew into it, like you're sewing like kind of on the surface, if that makes sense, but you can see in the video. As you can see, I've sewn down this whole side, and you can see that the back lifted up. So you want to make sure as you're sewing, you're adjusting the T-pins and making it flat again before you start sewing. If you sew it how it is now, it will not lay flat and you will not have a flat wig. So make sure you adjust as you sew. That is a major key. As you can see, I'm just sewing the back of the closure now, doing the same thing I did when I was sewing the side. You're going to go like just through the surface, a little bit of the closure, and then through the cap, but you're not going into it to the point where you're sewing it literally down into the canvas blockhead. The back is now sewn, and as you can see, the side has lifted up a little bit, so I'm going to repin that before I start sewing it down. Just like I said before, major, major, major step. Woo! We have reached the end, so I'm just sewing and finishing up the last side, and the closure will be completely sewn down. And then after this clip, I'm just going to show you a 360 of the whole closure just so you can see how it lays flat and how it looks after it's all sewn down. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helped you, and make sure you send me pictures on Instagram of your sewn down closure. See you guys all in the next video.